Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to present to you this tutorial, guys. This is, I feel like, one of the easiest 3D tumblers that you will ever make, okay? What you're gonna do is get some boxes, some gift boxes from the Dollar Tree, okay? And you are going to stack these boxes on your tumbler. I am using a 16 ounce, no, I'm using a 24 ounce straight, or you could use a 20 ounce skinny, or even a 30 ounce skinny, depending on if you like your tumblers pretty big, to make this, okay? But all you're gonna do is take your hot glue, and you are gonna make sure that it's not super bumpy, so you're just gonna keep going around and around to smooth it out. All right, and then you're going to place it in the box. Try to center it as much as you can. You're going to place it in the box and press down firmly, okay? While it's still relatively hot, meaning the hot glue, go ahead and move it around if need be, because you want to make sure that your tumbler is centered in the middle of the box, okay? You can just press down firmly. Then you're going to flip your tumbler upside down, and you are going to trace a circle on your lid, okay? And this is because we're going to be using the entire box. We're going to place the lid right over the box, okay? So we need to cut out the circle, and we need to measure and make sure that our circle is good. All right, and once you put that on, you are going to need to secure it with some hot glue. I did use a little bit of hot glue on the inside of the box, just because I wanted to make sure it didn't move a lot, okay? But you can use some scissors or your X-Acto knife, and you're just going to cut along your circle and then place it on your box. All right, and the next step that you're going to do after you do this is to go ahead and take some aluminum foil. You can get this at the Dollar Tree as well, and you are going to stuff the four sides of your box with foil. You want to go ahead and stuff it all the way up to the top, and then you're going to take just a little bit more hot glue, and you are going to secure that foil so it's not moving around. All right. Okay, how are y'all feeling? I feel like this was pretty easy. Okay, just stacking some boxes, some hot glue, and some foil on a tumbler. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create the ribbon. We're gonna create the ribbon with some oven baked clay. This is super sculpty. And I really don't remember if this is, it's like a glittery white. My husband got it for me. He got the wrong one, but it works out fine. Any type of oven baked clay will work. Okay. All you're going to do is you are going to create some long strips. All right. And you are going to press them onto your tumbler. So what I'm doing, again, for those of you that are not familiar with clay, is kind of called conditioning the clay. You kind of want to soften it up and make it easier to, maneuver. So I'm putting in my pasta press and I'm going to roll this out on the highest setting. And for my pasta press, that is 9. Okay. And then I am going to cut off the rough edges. If I had one of those long blade things, I would use that, but since I don't, I'm just using my X-Acto knife. Actually, I used to have one of those long blade things that you can find, but I cut myself with it and I refuse to use it anymore. So I just use a X-Acto knife to make my straight edge. I'm taking the edge of this box and kind of just lining up so I can make sure that it's straight. That worked out fine in the beginning, but as you'll see toward the end, it's not straight. It doesn't really matter as much as getting it on to your box and pressing it down. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed up through this part and I'll come back once it's done. Okay, and so now for the bow. Um, if you watched my bow tutorial, but I did my bow topper tutorial, then this will be pretty easy. But even if you didn't, all you're doing is cutting your clay and making like cylinder shaped pieces of clay. I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning, but I finally decided it's only going to be at the top. So when you take your cylinder piece, you're going to make sure that it's big enough for some type of tool to go in there and press down. All right, you see that I do have my lid on, and that's because I need to make sure that this is going to fit around the lid with no problem. And so being the clay is soft, it's very I guess impressionable, and so I can really shape and form this to fit exactly how I need it to fit. And so I'm going to go ahead and continue to make these loops, and I'm going to place them all around my lid, kind of giving the appearance that the bow is you know, all around the second present. Okay, and then I am gonna go ahead and bake this in my oven. So I changed my mind on the color. I was gonna do traditional green and red and gold, but I decided to do rose gold. I had some pretty rose gold glitter. Okay, and I will honestly tell you guys that I found that making this tumbler with the boxes and the clay was super easy, right? But glittering it was, for me, the most difficult part. And I think it's because I was trying to make sure that I got, you know, no glitter. I didn't mix glitter, and each box was different. I had to seal in between a lot. So that's something that you can choose to do. But, you know, I would just say that that is the most time consuming part for me, is actually, you know, applying the glitter and making sure that it is separated from your, you know, each color. If I was doing all three of these boxes the same color glitter, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But because the ribbon is a different color glitter, and then each box is a different color glitter, I found that to be the most challenging part, but still I feel like very much worth it. Okay, so just take your time and you know, have a little patience, especially for those of you that are new to 3D and want to try this out. You know, just take your time, have a lot of patience, and if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me and I'll try my best to help you. Okay, so I am using Tack-It. I'm using Tack-It glue because I felt like it's gonna give me a longer working time in comparison to Mod Podge. I find that I like Tack-It a lot better. There are some other glues that I want to go ahead and try, but what I didn't want to happen was for me be in the middle of you know, gluing this and then it dried and I had to reapply the glue and then try to mess it up, you know, do something with the glitter. So I'm using Tack-It, and it worked out great. I will say, like I said, because it remains tacky. Okay, and those of you that do not know what I'm talking about, I'll have it linked in the description bar. But it is a great glue to use for a lot of different methods when it comes to tumbler making. Okay, and so I'm just again paying close attention to detail, and I am trying to get this glue in all the areas that I'm going to need it in to go ahead and glitter this box. Okay, and last but not least, we are going to add a bow to the top of this box. Okay, you may be wondering, like, where's the straw hole gonna go? I had a couple of different options and a couple of different things in mind, but I decided to bite the bullet and make this a removable topper. Yep, I felt like, you know, it would be a lot easier just to go ahead and make this a removable topper, so that's what we'll do. But first, let's go ahead and create the bow. If you have not watched my tutorial from last year, I invite you to do so. It is a great way to dress up your tumbler for the holidays or birthdays, even a wedding. You could give this as a gift to someone, and having a bow topper is a great way to do so. Okay, but all you're doing is taking your polymer clay or your oven baked clay, and you are creating these little loops, and then you're going to place them around the top of your box to create a bow. Okay, once we have this all placed like how we want it, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and place this in the oven so we can bake it. And then once it's hard, we're gonna go ahead and repeat the process of gluing it with the tacket, glittering it, and sealing it in with the Rust-Oleum clear coat. Okay, so everything has been glittered, everything has been epoxied, actually a couple of times to be honest with you. Some of this was a chunky mix and I needed to make sure that it was, good. And so now we're gonna go ahead and add the bow topper. All right, for this one I decided to do a removable topper. I struggled, as you can see, with these ding dang magnets. Jesus, I'm not sure how you guys do this. Please leave me a note and let me know if there's a hack for these magnets. But what I did is I went ahead and did 3 of them on the lid, okay, and then I am adding the other 3 on top, and then I'm basically just going to take a bead of hot glue and add that to the box, the bottom of the box. Then I'm going to go ahead and place the magnets on the lid on the box. That way I know I have a great fit. Okay, so that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It was super fun to make. I keep thinking of like new ways that I could, have dressed these boxes up. There are a lot of templates out there for tumblers. Imagine doing one of those templates for your Christmas boxes, or you could even get some patterned vinyl that you could go ahead and press on here, and you wouldn't have to necessarily worry, with the whole glitter. But there's a lot of cool ways that you could do this tutorial. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.